Peas on my head, but don't call me a pea head. Bees on my head, but don't call me a bee head. Bruce Lee's on my head, but don't call me a Lee head. Now please excuse me, I got to get my tree fed. You wear name brands and I make my own clothing. I hang out with an apple who loves self-loathing.
I hate myself.
Pancake on my face makes me extra happy. I like shampoo bottles that sit on my lappy. Cause it's my show, you can't tell me what to do. When life hands me lemons, I make beef stew. So yo, I gotta go, it's time for me to rock it. I put bologna in my left pocket, smear some cream cheese in my gold locket. Cause it's my show, I'm Andy Milanakis. It's my show, I'm Randy Miller.
Hello YouTube and welcome back to another Dragon's Dogma video. This is your main man Mars coming at you with another warrior training session. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about these two fights I had against the Elder Ogre. This one I don't actually complete it just because I kept doing it to the point where she wouldn't respawn, and every time I died it was to the enrage mode. But you'll see that in a minute. These two fights are pretty good for a training session through just playing warrior. It made me realize how much Elder Ogre and warrior kind of are similar. Elder Ogre kind of teaches you how to play warrior, really. It teaches you that you're supposed to take certain hits and you're not supposed to take certain hits, and skills are extremely important. For example, my favorite skills to use on warrior are Exodus Slash, Pummel Bash, and Arc of Deliverance. Most people usually play that kind of route. You don't necessarily have to use Pummel Bash, because there's other skills you can use like Corona Slash, but I feel Pummel Bash is fast enough as a stunning ability, and I already have crowd control through most of my attacks since I already have high knockdown due to my gear stats. So that's what I primarily like to use. You can use Corona Slash on the Pummel Bash slot, but I feel like Pummel Bash is a better ability for like just stunning the most important targets. Now if you have a pawn that plays warrior, I kind of run a similar setup, except for in the beginning I was using Corona Slash instead of Arc of Deliverance. Excuse me. I like Corona Slash on a pawn because it's easy for crowd control, especially if you have a good primary weapon. Now warrior is heavily reliant on knockdown and stagger because that's kind of your main thing in early game. Like, I wouldn't advise anyone to really commit to playing warrior early game, especially if they're just leveling, because I feel like there's other skills that they need to focus on working on. Like, for example, play Strider to boost certain stats up, play Fighter to boost your strength up a bit more, and maybe some other classes or roles, primarily Assassin, because you're not going to have too much damage early game until you get some pretty decent weapons, or at least rarefy some good enchanted weapons. But other than that, I want to talk about pawn skills. I switched my pawn from Corona Slash to Arc of Deliverance, specifically just to see what was going on, because I know in the past most pawns who play warrior aren't very good at playing warrior because they don't use abilities wisely. So since I've been fighting as a warrior with my pawn, she's been picking up a lot of stuff a lot easier. She uses certain abilities much better than she did before. That's what got me thinking maybe maybe their script has to see how to play warrior first or simultaneously to make certain decisions. And like, I noticed she does an Exodus Slash a lot better since she's watched me do it more often. Plus, she also uses Arc of Deliverance in tandem with me, which is pretty cool. She does that, and it's like insane. She uses it much better than I thought she would. I guess because she's seen me do it probably a million times. So that's kind of what I've been going with. Now, warrior is fun to play, but I feel like certain fights can be difficult to engage. Elder Ogre is one of those fights where it's not too bad, but once it's enraged, you kind of can't be around it, especially if it's doing flailing attacks. That's what warrior kind of teaches you how to do. You're technically supposed to take damage a majority of the time, but most times you literally can't be there. Most times you can't be around any target to take damage. Now, I think that's about it. That's all I kind of want to talk about. Let me just let the rest of the clips play. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks again for watching, and keep slaying, guys. Mars over and out.